Come on, over here. Oh, place you got for it now. Yeah. Get your bucket started. Get the right ball. Get the right ball.
What? Well, I'll go get Dr. Goodfellow.
No, it's too late.
What do you mean from that fire?
Fire didn't kill him. His head's bashed in. He was murdered.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
In the West, a name was only a name, and it might be a mask to hide many things. One didn't inquire into it too closely, unless it became necessary, as it often did for Wyatt Earp. For behind the masking names were people and their problems.
Hey, son, can I help you?
Maybe, sir. I'm looking for someone.
Oh, come on in, boy. Come on in. Sit down. Now, what seems to be the problem?
I can't seem to find anyone in town that's ever heard of her.
Oh, young lady?
Yes, my fiancée, Miss Evangeline Murphy.
Evangeline Murphy. She live here in Tombstone?
You've never heard of her either. I thought maybe at the newspaper office.
Well, now, wait a minute, son. I don't know everybody in town, especially if she happens to be new here.
Well, she's lived here for years. Came with her father. And he was killed in the mines.
Murphy, huh? Are you sure?
Well, yes, she wrote me from here not more than a month ago.
What'd she look like?
Well, I have a picture of her. She sent me in one of her letters. You know her?
Yes. So does everybody else in Tombstone, but not by that name. This is Evie Marlowe.
Evie Marlowe?
Maybe the best-known saloon singer in these parts. Certainly the prettiest. Didn't you know about that boy?
No.
You say this is the girl you're engaged to?
Evangeline.
Where'd you hear that name?
Well, you know, I'm Billy Costain.
That's supposed to mean something to me?
I've come to get you like I said I would.
Come to get me?
Well, sure. Didn't you believe me?
Look, handsome, if this is your way of getting to know a girl...
But I do know you from your letters.
I don't know what this is, but you've got the wrong girl.
No. You're Evangeline Murphy, aren't you? I'd know you anywhere from the picture you sent me.
Anybody can have one of these. I sell them for $1. I don't know who sent it to you, but it wasn't me.
You trying to say that you don't want to marry me like you promised?
Marry you? Look, mister, I don't know what kind of game this is, but get out of my way.
Not until you tell me for sure.
You'd better get lost, because here comes the man I am going to marry, and he's not going to like this kind of play.
So that's it.
I'm sorry, but it wasn't me sent you that picture or wrote you letters.
Well, what about the letters I sent you and the money?
Money?
Money to pay your father's debt so that we could get married. That's all I had. I want it back.
Take your hands off me. You didn't have to do that.
This young lady is not public property. Don't forget that.
Come here, son. Get your hand. Sit down. Oh, boy, you want to tell me about it?
A newspaper man spread what a fool I was.
Well, then you should talk to Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp.
He's the marshal in this town.
This is nobody's business but mine. I'm begging your pardon, sir. Not yours. I should have known it was some kind of a trick.
Now, this advertisement appeared in your paper back east, right?
Yes, I can even remember the words. Decent, comely young girl, stranded alone in rough western town. Seeks help and loving protection of decent man. Object, matrimony.
Well, that sounds like me. I was left alone to make my own way.
That's right, Miss Evie. Go on.
I don't know why I even answered. Maybe because I was lonely, too.
You answered this, and the letters began.
And the picture arrived. And I could hardly believe it. She was so beautiful.
Well, I don't think anyone could blame you for being smitten, son. Not even Mr. Duvall.
The letters continued?
Yes, and got more and more friendly, and then we became engaged, only...
Only what?
Only she said her father had died and left debts, and that she couldn't honorably leave Tombstone till they were paid.
How much?
$500.
And you sent it, huh?
Plus train fare. Only she didn't come, and I waited, and then I wrote and told her that I was coming after her.
Well, that's where you surprised whoever did it. You weren't supposed to come all this way out here.
Marshal Earp, this is very strange. My father was killed in the mines, and he did leave debts. Well, you know, that's why I'm still here in Tombstone and working at the Alhambra.
I know, Miss Evie.
Do you suspect me?
Well, as you said, it is very strange. You get one of the letters?
Yes. Here.
Is that postmarked Tombstone, what?
No return address. How did you address your letters?
Just general delivery.
Well, then the postmaster should know who Evangeline Murphy is.
And who picked up the letters? Of course, it's late. He wouldn't be there now.
No. He's probably out to his ranch by now.
I'll go visit him first thing in the morning. There is one man we could talk to right now.
Oh, who's that, Wyatt?
Sam Dutton. Man who took this picture.
What could Sam Dutton possibly know? He only took this picture. Evie here sells them at the Alhambra.
Well, he might know something.
Well, what? Anybody could have gotten hold of those pictures and sent them. What would Sam Dutton possibly know?
Well, let's go ask him, Mr. Duvall. Mr. Dutton?
Why, howdy there, Marshal Earp. Mr. Clem?
Evening, Mr. Dutton.
You, know Miss Marlowe, Mr. Duvall?
Howdy, Miss Marlowe.
This young man here is Mr. Bill Costain. I believe you made this picture of Miss Marlowe.
Yes, I think so. Yes, that's mine. Made it about 3 or 4 months ago.
How many of those did you make up for Miss Marlowe?
Why, quite a lot, I think.
Well, you keep records, don't you, Mr. Dutton?
Well, it'd take me a little time to look it up, but as I remember, maybe 100 or more.
That's just like I told you. Anyone could have sent these.
Did you make up another batch for anybody else other than Miss Marlowe?
Why? Why should I?
That's what I'm asking you.
No, that'd be unethical.
Miss Marlowe, do you remember giving a large bunch of these pictures to anybody?
No. I don't understand. What are you driving at?
Well, if somebody is pulling a confidence game using your picture as a lure, they would need lots of pictures.
That's right. You see, that ad may be running in a lot of papers back east.
You mean I'm being offered in marriage all over the country?
I think so. There are a lot of Billy Costains, and more may be showing up at any time.
Oh, this is awful.
I'd like to see your records.
Well, I'm sorry, Marshal, but they aren't here. I keep them in my box at the bank. For safety.
Will you have them here tomorrow morning?
Sure. Sure.
Easy, mister.
He was lying to you, Marshal. I could tell by his eyes.
Maybe.
Well, there's something about the man doesn't set quite right.
Well, if you were to scare him, I bet he'd break down and confess.
Well, now you leave that to me. Understand?
Marshal, I don't blame you for suspecting me. It does look suspicious. But you've got to believe me. And you too. I didn't do this. I couldn't.
You know something, Wyatt? I'm inclined to believe it.
You believe her, Marshal? You think she had anything to do with this?
I hope not, Mr. Costain. But I'll know more by morning.
Who is it?
Harlow.
I'm glad you come. What am I going to do?
Nothing.
Well, I handle the mail. Nobody can trace it to you.
That's right.
Sure, you can pick up and go whenever things get too hot. I can't. I've got a business.
Don't worry. I'll handle it.
How?
I said I'd handle it, didn't I? Now, where are the books?
What do you want with them?
You want me to help you or not? All right. And where are the books?
They're right here.
That's all I need to know.
All right, hold it.
Huh? Who's there?
Oh, it's you, Mose.
Wyatt. Glad you come along. Need some help.
What are you trying to do?
Get in the post office. What do you think? Only this key don't fit anymore.
You sure the trouble's with the key?
You think I've had a mite too much, don't you?
Well, maybe just a mite.
Guess you're right. That's what I figured the Ripe would think, too. Guess I'll sleep in here tonight, if you help me get in.
Well, I'll help you get in if you answer me a question.
Question?
Mm-hmm. Who's Evangeline Murphy?
Murphy. General Delivery, that's who.
General Delivery. You ever see her?
Nope.
Well, who picks up the mail?
A man. Gets a raft of it, too.
What man?
The photographer. You know, Sam Dutton. Evangeline Murphy. Funny name for a photographer, ain't it?
Now, you move aside and let me get in here.
Yeah.
Well, now, don't push so much, we'll never get in.
No. Down. there? Wait a minute. Oh, why?
There you go. Now, there's your key.
Oh, thanks.
Now, you have a nice rest. You'll feel better in the morning.
Thanks, Fire! Fire! This place is on fire! Come on, look at here. Oh, no, the place has gone burning down. Oh, yeah. Get your bucket started. Get the rain out of there. Let her go.
Why? Will I get Dr. Goodfellow?
It's too late.
You mean from that fire?
He wasn't killed by the fire. His head's bashed in. He was murdered.
Oh, no. But why?
Maybe someone was just trying to scare him.
You think I did it, don't you, Marshal?
Oh, he couldn't have. He was with me at the Alhambra. We left when we heard them call fire.
Evie, what do you mean he was with you?
He came to hear me sing, and he sat with me. So you see, he couldn't have killed Mr. Dutton.
I know. He had no reason to kill Dutton. Sam was killed to keep him quiet. Now I'm going to have to find out what he knew in another way. And I will. Now, it's more than just a confidence game. It's murder. Mr. Clum?
There's not too much damage, Wyatt. Well, you discovered the fire quick enough to get it out before it got too badly started.
That's good for us. Bad for the murderer.
What are you looking for?
Something the fire was meant to destroy, along with the body.
What?
This?
What are they?
Business records.
Pretty badly charred.
But not completely burnt. I want to take them along with me.
It's time for me to change and go home, I guess. Thank you, Mr. Costain. Thank you for coming to hear me sing.
It's me that should thank you. You're wonderful. I mean, you sing wonderful. And I know that you didn't have anything to do with all this.
Thank you. Poor Billy. He came looking for a wife, found nothing.
I'm not sorry. I just wish I'd come sooner before you and DeVal.
I know. Might have been nice to have been with Angela and Murphy.
To me, you are.
Well, good night, Mr. Costain, and thank you.
I'll wait here in the alley. You shouldn't ought to walk home alone this time of the night.
But
Well, if DeVal shows up, all right. But I'll wait.
Evie, hurry up. We're getting out.
getting out?
Yes, getting out of town right now, tonight.
This is DeVal's room.
Sure you didn't come back?
I couldn't have missed him. Do you want me to open it? I always thought Duval was an honest gambler.
No. Gambling's just a front with him.
What's his real business?
This. There.
It's a picture of Evie Marlowe, isn't it?
Whole box of pictures of Evie Marlowe.
Wyatt, I don't get it.
Well, Duval got it. He got plenty. Do me a favor. Take that box of pictures and these letters over to Mr. Gibbs at the jail. I gotta see Miss Marlowe fast.
I'll do it right away.
Tell Mr. Gibbs be sure and lock him up.
Carl, it's not because of Sam Dutton, is it?
What made you think a thing like that?
You knew all about me. You could have gotten the pictures from Sam.
Evie, you can't think such a thing of me.
No, of course not. I couldn't have agreed to marry you if I thought you were that kind of man.
Of course you couldn't. Look, Evie, I'm sorry about the rush. But it was supposed to be a big surprise for you. There's a wonderful job waiting for me in San Francisco if I just get there in time. But I've got to catch the midnight train out of Benson. Oh, Evie, it is a fine job. And we can settle down and we can have a home. That is what you want, isn't it?
Oh, yes. But we're not married yet. And I'd like to have time to do it right.
All right, we will make it right just as soon as we get to San Francisco.
No, Carl. I'm not sure. Why don't you go to San Francisco first and
Not sure. You were sure enough before that kid came into town today.
That's right. He made me stop and think. And Carl, I don't think I really love you. I think I was only lonesome, wanting someone to love.
Well, you're not going to back out on me now. The love can come later on, but we're going out of here tonight. Because I can put you in this just as deep as I am.
What do you mean?
Sam Dutton, that's what I mean.
It was you.
And if I say you were a part of it, who's to say no? Earp already suspects you.
You wouldn't.
Wouldn't I? If you don't go with me now.
I won't do it. I don't care what happens to me, but I want to see you pay for what you've done.
You can't hang you twice, you know.
No, I won't do it.
Wyatt.
What can I do for you, Mose?
Now that Sam Dutton's dead and Duval's in jail, what am I going to do with all of that mail for Evangeline Murphy? Oh, but say, there is an Evangeline in town now.
Is that right?
Yep. Singer down at the Alhambra calling herself Evangeline Marlowe.
Well, not for long. I hear her name is going to soon be changed to Costing.
No.
Yep.
Well, now don't that beat all? Some folks ain't never satisfied.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. and none can deny it. The legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp,